Hey guys, today I am making some pineapple jam. And so I thought while I am making this, I am going to just make a quick video on how to make pineapple jam. So I'm going to turn the camera around here and I'll show you what all I'm using. And yeah, let's get started because this is going to be super yummy. I love pineapple, it's summertime, and it just reminds me of all kinds of summertime happiness. We could all use a little extra happy in our lives right now. And I mean, who doesn't love pineapple? So this is going to be really good. You can use it on ham and pork. You can use it, let's see, there are some little pineapple thumbprint cookies that we have on our list of things to bake, so we want to try it with those. Anyway, so let's get started on some pineapple jam. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'll be using, and let's get started. Okay guys, so I will be using the recipe out of the Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. I got mine at Walmart. You could also get it off of Amazon. I have over here one whole ripe pineapple that I peeled, cored, and sliced into chunks. Let me see here. I just roughly chunked it all up here. And then I'm going to use the lemon juice from one lemon. Okay, so that's what I got going on over here. Okay, next over here in my, I have a ball. This is called a water bath canner. When you're making jams and jellies, you do not need a pressure cooker. For most things, you just need a water bath canner. And inside I have my jars. They are not all the way down in the water. They are sitting on this rack. The rack has this little hook on each side, so you can hook it up so that your cans are sitting kind of just barely in the water. They're steaming away. This is helping them become even more sanitized, getting them good and hot and ready for my jam. I have my pan that I will be making my jam in. I wanted to show you guys, you can buy this all in a kit. The ball canning utensil set for preserving, and you get a funnel, you get the jar grabber, a little tool for picking up your lids, and a headspace measure. I have those. This is for grabbing your jars and getting them out of the hot water and putting them in. You will need jar rings. You can reuse these every time you can. What you cannot reuse are your lids. So every time you can something new, you need new lids. These are one-time use only. These you save and reuse every time. So I have my rings. I have new lids. This little tool is for picking up your hot jar lids. I'll show you what to do with that in a moment. We'll be using this little guide to take the air bubbles out of our jars. And then up close, let's see here, I don't know if you can really, it's not going to let you see it, but there are measurements here that will measure your head space at the top of your jar. This is your funnel, and I'm going to take these and set them in hot water and let them be soaking. The hot water will help loosen up the wax so that you'll get a nice seal. So that is the next step that I will do. Okay, so step one is to peel and core one whole pineapple and then chop it into chunks. You're going to need one lemon for the juice, and that will be step one. Okay guys, step two is going to be to put your water bath canner on the stove, turn it up on high. It will take it a little while to get going. I filled it about this high with water because when I put the jars in, they're going to take up all the extra space and it's going to raise the water level. So you do not need to start out up high with the water. You're going to start out down here, and that's where your water line is going to be as you get it boiling. After I've put this on the stove, then the next step I did was I washed all of my jars, and then I placed them into my canner with my rack up. So see how they're not in the water? They're sitting on top of the water right now. Put them all in there, and right now they're just hanging out in there. This is going to be to make the jam in. And then step 4 is you are going to need to put some very hot water into a bowl or a saucepan, and put your jar lids that you will be using, new jar lids, into the hot water so that the seal can be loosening up. Step 5 is you're going to need rings. Remember, you can reuse these. You cannot reuse these. We will also be using everything out of a ball utensil set for preserving. It contains a jar lifter, a bubble remover, a headspace tool, a magnetic lid lifter, and a jar funnel. Okay, so that's what these are. And this, okay. We'll have those ready. You're going to need some dish towels, and those will need to be spread out because that's what you're going to sit your jars on. And you're going to need a space where you can set your jars when they are finished for at least 12 hours without them being disrupted, because they have to sit until the lids have sealed. Okay, you are going to need 1 cup of water, 2.5 cups of sugar, and then the whole pineapple sliced and cubed, and juice from 1 lemon. Okay guys, so I have my pineapple. I'm going to add that to my pan over here. Okay. I'm going to turn my stove on about medium here. And I'm going to squeeze my lemon juice. Sitting on a towel, really hot touch. This is tempered them so that when I put the hot liquids in them, it will not crack. So now I'm going to ladle my hot pineapple jam mixture into these. Okay guys, here's my mixture. I am going to place my funnel on top. I want to use a metal spoon to ladle this into my jars. And once you get close to the top, we will measure the head space, which is the space between how high the jam is and the top of the rim of the jar. So let's get a look. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and measure that. Okay, so I am only going to be measuring up to this first one. So it can come all the way up to right here. So I'm going to keep going. So you place it on the, so right here it says 1/4 inch. So that's the part I place on the top of my jar. You can see this better. This is worn out, so you can't even see the marks. And then down there is where your jam should come up to. Which means I can keep going. Okay. Alright. So we are right there at it. The next step that we are going to do is we are going to use the same tool. We're going to flip it around, and you are going to go around the edges like this, and that is going to get any air bubbles out. Okay. Alright, now the next step is going to be to wipe off this rim. Okay, so I have a wet, clean cloth, and I'm going to wipe off my lid, the ring here around the top. Make sure that's very clean so that the lid will stick to it, adhere to it very well. And then, out of my hot water, I will grab a lid, place it on it, just like that. We'll get a ring, and we will only do this finger tight. You're not going to tighten up. You're not going to really crank down on it. You just want it just like that. Alright, and I'll continue. Okay, put that back on there. Ladle. Just repeat the process. I'm going to get any air bubbles out. Okay. Next step is I'm going to make sure I'm good here. You're going to wipe off the rim. Then I'm going to use this to get my lid, place the lid on there. It's very important that you always use new lids, and then I'm just going to get that on there like that. I'll finish these up and then we'll put them in the canner. Okay guys, so I have them filled. This was for 3 half pints. Is what that made. 1 pineapple did, which is exactly what the recipe said it would. These are pretty hot. To move them over to the canner. So there they are. After I lower this rack down into the water, I want to use this right here, all the way up to here is 1 inch. And I'll be measuring from the top of them to here. and the water line should come at least up to here. I have lowered my rack down into the water. I'm measuring here. I have more than an inch. I need at the very least 1 inch of water covering the top of my jar lid. If you do not have enough, we'll just add some more. I've turned both of my eyes up to high, and we will not begin timing these until this water has actually started to boil. Okay guys, I've placed the lid on here. Once this reaches a rapid boil, then we will start our timer for 15 minutes for half-pint jars. Okay, we just hit a hard boil, so I'm going to set my timer. Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. What are you doing? Yeah? You want some pineapples? I don't think pineapples are good for kitties. No, I don't. You're waiting, aren't you? Look at that sweet little face. Yeah. Stop. Okay guys, the 15 minutes is up. 15 minutes of processing time is up, so I have turned off my eyes. I'm going to take the lid off. And I'm just going to let that cool down for at least 5 to 10 minutes before I remove them and put them on the counter, because we don't want our jars to crack. Okay. There's one. There's two. Hey guys, it's hot and finished. Even if your rings are loose, don't tighten them, just let them sit. You're going to let this sit for 12 hours. Don't touch them, don't bother them, just let them sit there. After 12 hours, you'll want to press down on the tops of the lids and make sure that they are not, you can't push it up and down, it should be suctioned down. That means it's sealed well, and then your jam will be ready to store away. We tried a little bit of this just a moment ago that was left in the pan that was extra. We tried it over the top of some ice cream and it was really good. So enjoy.